Tonight, a look at what people in Michigan really want to spend when it comes to higher education and how we think of being successful in this state. It's a new report from the Center for Michigan. Its staff spent a year traveling the state, holding community conversations and conducting surveys in order to find out what our priorities should be. The CEO for the Center for Michigan, John Bebow, fills us in. All right, John, your report is called Getting to Work, the Public's Agenda for Improving Career Navigation, College Affordability, and Upward Mobility in Michigan. This is not the first time the Center for Michigan has gone out on the citizens' agenda and asking people what they really think and what they like to see happening in Michigan. So why did you choose this particular subject matter?
Actually, the public helped us choose it, Christy. Every time we do a campaign, we then go back out and say, what should we talk about next? And we've steadily moved up the chain in education from K-12 into now after high school and into college. It's what people wanted to talk about. And when we do these campaigns, we talk to citizens as if they are customers. And they are indeed customers of the education system. And in this case, we were very interested and they were very interested in talking about the navigation system. Beyond classes in high school, what am I going to do with my life? How do I figure that out? And they were also very interested in talking about college costs and the return on investment of college.
All right, so what did the public have to say about post-high school and talking about college?
If I had to boil it down to one word, I would say conundrum.
Conundrum.
Conundrum. Families realize that the path to success today has got to include some kind of formal training, be it vocational training, trades training, or college after high school. But the costs of college have grown so quickly, and the debt loads have grown so quickly on Michigan families. They're beginning to question the return on investment, even though they know they've got to do it.
So they're thinking it's not even worth it, even if they can cobble together the money or take out the loans, which are extravagant these days as well.
They are questioning, they are asking the question about return on investment, I think, much more than in the past. In previous generations, you went to college and things were going to work out, and I think for a lot of us lucky enough to have come before this generation, they did. But it's tougher now. It's tougher to get a job when you're done, and it's tougher to navigate this complex opportunity landscape of what you're going to do with yourself. And this campaign really focused on both those things, career navigation and college choice navigation at the high school level. And then the costs of college once you get there. Let's
talk about the cost of college and how much it has gone up significantly for public universities here in the state of Michigan, because the funding commitment from the government has gone down lower and people are now paying more. Give me some numbers on that.
Yeah, well, undergraduate tuition at the 15 public Michigan universities has risen 86% after inflation between 2001 and 2014. That's after inflation. At the same time, families' ability to pay has decreased significantly. Inflation-adjusted household income, what people are taking home, has dropped by about a quarter over that time frame. So you see very quickly rising tuition and a slowed ability of people to be able to pay. As a result, student loans on the 15 public campuses have skyrocketed altogether from about $800 million at the turn of the century to $2 billion today. And that's how families are making it up. And we're struggling with college completion rates as a result. People are taking longer to get through school, or they're not getting through school. And there are several causes for this. The state investment in higher ed has dropped significantly. The bean counters in our legislature have run the numbers, and their conclusion is that 60% of those tuition increases over this time frame can be attributed to the drop in state investment in higher ed.
So you can get mad at the lawmakers on that regard, but are people also maybe talking to the colleges and universities saying maybe we need to hold them a little bit more accountable for the cost?
When we ask the customers what to do about this, and we ask in numerous different ways. We held 150 community meetings. We did numerous large statewide polls, and we also did targeted online surveys to college students and parents, the customers. And they had very strong feelings toward two kinds of solutions. And some of the highest percentage numbers we've ever seen. We've been doing this work for almost a decade. And on these two solutions, they could not have been stronger. The first was they want deeper state investment in our public university system as a way of helping to keep it affordable. But they also want universities to redouble their efforts to be efficient. they feel there's need for that kinds of efficiency on campus. That's a difficult prospect in Michigan. The universities are constitutionally autonomous. The legislature and the governor have limited control. That's a completely different debate that I'm not concerned with here. But as we've looked around the country at some other states, in Texas, for example, there was a task force put together to look at the efficiency on university campuses, and the university presidents themselves came back almost 2 years later and said, hey, we've taken your recommendations and we've saved $2 billion. Bridge Magazine this week, our publication, wrote about efforts at Purdue University, just south of the border, where the new president, former Governor Mitch Daniels, has frozen tuition, he's frozen room and board as a way of getting at some of these customer concerns.
And you can see my entire interview with John plus coverage in the Center's online publication, Bridge Magazine, on our website at MiWeek.org. Also, a quick program note for you. We hope to see many of you on Friday night at the Fillmore for our special event, Detroit Performs Live at 8 p.m. Detroit artists Ben Sharkey, Betty Lavette, Jessica Hernandez, many more will take the stage. Stephen and I will be there, so make sure you tune into Detroit Public TV or be part of the show. So just go to dptv.org for more information. And that is going to do it for us. We will see you next week for My Week. Until then, find us on Facebook and on Twitter. I'm Christy McDonald. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.